Hi everyone, welcome to the latest edition of the Coach's Corner. I am your host, Wes McKinney, here with head men's and women's cross country and track and field coach, Mike Cox. Coach, it's always good to have you on today.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Coach, we're counting down not the days now, it's the hours until the MEC championship meet in Bridgeport, West Virginia. We talked to you about a month or so ago, at least 3 weeks ago now, about your team, about the early season start, and now as we get ready for this big meet on Saturday in North Central West Virginia. What have you learned from your team since the middle of September or so until now?
Well, the guys, have worked extremely hard and continue to work hard. I feel like we've found a way to win or beat the teams that we needed to beat all season so far. So we just have to do that again this weekend.
Last year, Coach, there really wasn't a clear-cut favorite in my estimation going into the conference meet. This year, you guys have been ranked as the top team in the region all year, and all the poll releases that's come out from the Coaches Association. You are also the defending champions, so I guess maybe there's a little bit of a target on your back. How have your guys' team embraced that target?
Well, I feel like we're happy with the honors and the accolades that we've gotten so far this year, but they know what's at stake and how hard it's going to be. But I think we've enjoyed having that because I feel like we've deserved it, and they feel like they deserved it because again they've worked so hard. So again, Charleston, right there on our heels, Wesleyan right there. I mean, it's going to be exciting.
5 guys from last year's team returned, two first-team all-conference guys, and Jason Weitzel and Justin Snyder. Also, Brandon Lee, Michael Runke were second-team guys. Tyler Cossett was in the 20s last year. He has improved a whole heck of a lot. How does the experience of those 5 guys racing in a conference meet pay off for you Saturday?
I mean, I think it's going to be big. It's going to be just taking care of, those guys got to take care of themselves, run their races, do what they've done. But being there before, being on top, having won, that is experience. And even just being there for 1 year, coming back from your freshman year to your sophomore year, you learn a lot. So I definitely think us being veteran is definitely very beneficial.
Let me go back for a second here, and let's talk about the contenders. You've gotten the privilege of racing Charleston, really good race between you guys down in Greensboro. You've also raced Wesleyan and Jesuit. That came in the 1st of October at the Greater Louisville Classic. What do you know about those two teams heading into Saturday?
Well, I know that Charleston's still running extremely well. They have a really tight pack, and Wesleyan is always there. You cannot count them out. So I know they're running well right now. We're running well right now. This is why you say this is why you play the game. This is why you run the race. Hopefully we've got what it takes on the day, and that's what it boils down to is who has the best day, and that's hopefully what we're going to have.
Of course, there's not a whole lot you can do a couple of days out now from conference, but what sort of preparation is going to go into this race starting on Friday and then into Saturday morning before the other gun goes off?
Well, it's almost like it's the waiting game now. The hay is definitely in the barn. We're going to keep hydrating well. It looks like the weather's going to turn for the worse for us, so we need to mentally prepare for that. So I think really, physically our bodies are ready. We just have to prepare ourselves mentally, not dwell on it. The race isn't until Saturday, but just getting rest, eating well, and, doing a couple of short tune-up runs.
Your ladies last year, a big improvement from 2 years ago. They finished 3rd last year behind Wesleyan and Wheeling Jesuit. What's kind of their plan heading into Saturday here to build off that 3rd place finish last year? Because you bring back 5 of the 7 runners you put on the line last year on the ladies' side. Definitely.
We're excited to get in there and get after it. Wheeling is definitely on paper, and seeing them at Louisville and Wesleyan, they're a little bit ahead of us, but we're looking to get in there and get as many all-conference athletes in there as we can, and who knows? I mean, again, that's why you run the race. So that's why we're going to get out there and get after it.
Plenty of experience, as I just alluded to, on the ladies' side. You had Bailey Knowles and Carly Thompson get all-conference, or second-team all-conference last year. You had some other girls right there in the mix as well. But what are those young ladies, what do they give advice to the freshmen, Aiden Payton and Kate Galinsky, that's going to be running in their first MEC meet Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, they can definitely tell them what it's all about and what to expect on the atmosphere, and hopefully they're going to get in there and just work as a group because, again, we do have a really tight pack, which is going to help us there. So hopefully those ladies can latch on, especially even in the race, and help us out greatly.
You just talked about the atmosphere, and let's hit on that a little bit more in detail here. it's not your regular cross country meet. It's not your Tuesday meet in the middle of September. This is for real. It's a different kind of atmosphere at the conference meet. What can you kind of compare it to that may be a little bit more known by sports fans?
Well, I mean, you could relate it to any type of game, I would so to speak. I mean, obviously you got people darting all around, but you got people with their face painted, you got people with their body painted, you got people dressed in crazy costumes. At a football game, you can't run around. But it's very vocal, very loud. Again, people dressed up, and it's exciting.
Coach, you guys start on 9:30 Saturday morning with the men's race from the Bridgeport Recreation Complex, once again in Bridgeport, West Virginia. 9:30 for the men's race, 10:30 for the ladies' race on Saturday morning. We're going to crown some conference champions. You go to the Mountain East to get all of the comprehensive coverage. We will also have coverage on our website, CU Mountain Lines, where you can also find everything Concord athletics related. For the head coach, Mike Cox, I am Wes McKinney. This has been the Coach's Corner. Thank you for tuning in.